This is a very difficult matchup for the deck. We did beat a Midrange Shaman yesterday at some point, but it's difficult with all the removal they have. Huggy is running double Earth Shock, it looks like. And then of course double Hex as well, I assume. Those are the problem cards for us. Also, single Lava Burst. Lava Burst is also kind of disturbing. I'm actually going to try to get this Injured Blade Master going first, see if I can manage his totems before I start drawing more cards with the Mana Tide totem.
I wonder.
Mana Tide totem should still be pretty strong next turn, I think. This is a nice fast start against Shaman. It's good if we can try to keep things relatively clear. Although... I think I want to take out the Taunt totem. He didn't hex the 4/7, so maybe the Earth Elemental will actually live. It curves nicely too, because we can play Farsight. I mean, I guess we missed the opportunity to Black Knight one of these wolves, but there should be other targets for Black Knight. Shaman runs a decent amount of taunt, even the mid-range version. Earth Shocking might be a bigger priority though. Well, there's nothing for him to play with the Flame Tongue Totem yet, so actually, I think I can afford to play Earth Elemental first. I can always Earth Shock next turn if I want to. I'd rather Farsight.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Ooh, okay. An Ancestral Spirit. He still has a ton of options for how to deal with that in his deck. But it looks like he didn't have Hex. So it's mostly Earth Shock we're worried about here now.
What to do?
If he doesn't have Earth Shock too, that's very unlucky for him, but it gives us a decent chance in this matchup. Faceless would sure be nice if he doesn't have the Earth Shock or Hex.
There is little time.
Unfortunately, we can't afford to let that go and give him the opportunity to find
Take heart.
Hex or Earth Shock that he's looking for. So he's drawn 2 more cards, and 4 of those cards of the 20 were, yep. And he double hexed. So that leaves us in not good shape. That is close to a useless draw right now. So we're going to have to pass effectively. Hey there, Infinite.
my shield for Argus.
They have a Black Knight target, and they don't get much bigger than a 3/5 anyway, so happy spending our removal there. I think I still like that over the Earth Elemental. It is tempting to just play the Earth Elemental because he's out of hexes. But the Black Knight just lined up too nicely with his board there. He hasn't pushed any damage yet. He's slightly ahead in card advantage though. Could clear his board pretty nicely. Wild Pyro guarantees the clear. We still have to worry about Earth Shocks. He's got 2 of those. We haven't had to use our Hex yet. And he hasn't pushed any damage, really. 4. He's used 1 Lightning Storm. So we have to be a little cautious about going wide. I'm doing a good job of managing the tokens on this side of the board. Okay, he's out of AoE. I'm guessing he has a Lightning Bolt or a Rock Fighter. He doesn't. I'm going to keep him a little bit higher. Hope that one of them lives to get faceless next turn. There's no AoE, so one of them is probably going to be in pretty good shape for a faceless. Lava Burst. Well, Lava Burst can't go face now, so that's good. I think copying the Earth Elemental takes priority over drawing cards at the end total. Though he's starting to pull ahead in card advantage again. That's a good totem to get for sure. We just continue to manage his board. And we can afford to go very wide. He should be out of AoE. And I'm ready to cycle that Foundness too, because we have no spells that do damage in our hand anyway. This matchup usually takes a while. It can even go to fatigue. Especially if we're getting him to spend all of his minions.
We hunger for vengeance.
Okay, we got him to spend everything he had. That's not a very good draw for us. The injured Blade Master does in play behind the top totem and with the healing totem. Order there. That's a little bit in our favor. Shoot. I think I need to hex something.
Your turn to bleed.
Doesn't have any threats left. There's like a fire elemental. I think I can afford to do a hex to deny the card draw. He's out of totems that I would want to Earth Shock, so I might just spend this Earth Shock to clear his board.
Shaman!
Your turn to bleed.
I also don't think there's any realistic way he's going to be able to kill Ragnaros from hand. So I think I don't need to Ancestral Spirit him right away, and I might rather Ancestral Spirit with the Faceless. Hey Ring, yeah, I hope tonight's the night too.
Well played. Well played.
We're having a good game against... Alright, we just beat this mid-range Shaman. This is, I've faced Huggy 3 times now. That's the first time I've beaten him, so that's a good start. Final boss! Maybe said that one too many times now, but it is the last one before trying to get to Legend. 7th time final boss, yes, that is true. I'd rather not have to beat another mid-range Shaman to get to Legend. Give us like a druid or a rogue or something.
Thrall versus
Spenny Dunny. That name sounds familiar.
Protect the
Let me see if I can remember what he was up to. I did get the druid that I asked for, so it's my own fault if I don't win from here. We beat him. He was running Ramp Druid. No Ragnaros, kind of a low curve with a Cairn and a Sylvanas Those are where we want our Earth Shocks to go, I guess. And some Earthen Rings. Interesting. Well, I don't think I need a Wild Pyro for that. I still usually like an early Mana Tide Totem against Druid. And Injured Blade Master as a keep against basically everyone.
Greetings, friend. My greetings.
That's a good draw. That's often a pretty good first totem to get, especially against Druid, where I think things can go a little bit slower and it can be about surviving some trades and stuff. I think I will actually play the Mana Tide Totem while I can get it out there unchallenged. And then if it tries to drop a minion to challenge it, I can protect it with the Injured Blade Master.
Where shall I strike?
For the charge. But that's okay because that lines up very well with more healed up Injured Blade Master. Our play next turn is not super clear. Could go for the Faceless. He's got a pretty low curve. It might be the right call. I think I'm more worried about getting rushed down than I am about getting maximum value. Keeps the aggression up. Did he spin that Wrath? Okay. He is also not playing for value. No, there's nothing to target with the Fire Elemental. I think it's better to hold that back, especially with a Lightning Bolt that can take out a fairly large target. So I'll probably just go for this. That's playable.
Tazdingo!
That's something we can kill with the Fire Elemental and the Lightning Bolt. Save that Hex for like the Karen or Sylvanas. Okay, we've got a lot of tempo, a big tempo advantage here.
Tazdingo!
I think I'm going to try to keep that tempo advantage going. Does he run BGH and TBK? He runs double BGH. Gross.
I wonder.
But no TBK. Actually, maybe I hold off on this Earth Elemental a little bit then. And instead I see what's behind this Sight. Earth Shock. Not very useful yet. Ideally we can hold off on that Earth Elemental until we either get an Ancestral Spirit or we get to play it with the Faceless. So we would need to stall for one more turn and not have to play the Lightning Storm next turn. I feel like that's unlikely.
What to do?
I like to think that every time that I failed to beat the final boss, I let another person into Legend. I'm not sure that the matching is that close, especially since there's so few people in High Diamond right now. It's a nice thought. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to not spend my Lightning Storm and so that I can play the Earth Elemental Faceless next turn.
Man.
So that's gonna look like this. Kind of a weak turn. He doesn't have much better hex targets than that based on the list that he was using last time. He's got a huge hand though. That is scary.
Take heart. The Earth Mother.
The downside is that we are unable to Earthshock his Cairn this turn. Oh no, we can still, because it got discounted. It's not a very good card to get discounted, but in this case, we'll take it. So he used one Force of Nature already. There's a decent chance that means that he has the other one. And he's deep enough into his deck that he also likely has a 7th Roar. So I was expecting that that might be a Force Roar clear, but it looks like
I have
that is
no
not
time
actually.
for games.
I'm gonna get punished for using that Earth Shock and Hex liberally. Well, here's what we do. We go wide.
Do you like to play with fire?
And we hope that RNGesus does us a favor here. He could have Swipe. I'm trying to decide if I should trigger Sylvanas myself or just push the damage. I think I should push. I think I should trigger Sylvanas because of Swipe. Alright, 50-50. Did we get it? We did. Unfortunately, the Wild Pyro is going to be able to kill that Earth Elemental, and we have no hand. But almost the entirety of our remaining cards are big guys, so we shouldn't be able to draw too many more miniature minions.
My eyes.
There are those Earth and Wind Farseers that we talked about.
Where shall I strike?
I want to draw either Ancestral Spirit or any of my big guys. Nope, I failed.
Dingo!
Well, he's going to be able to clear out the Earth Elemental here if he wants.
I've got the beast in my
I found one of his big games.
I must safeguard the land.
Unfortunate. We get one more chance to try to roll that spell power totem that I was looking for last turn. And we found spell power, which is good I guess, but I still would kind of rather just get a big minion. It's almost the entirety of what we have left in our turn. should give us something worth playing. That one wasn't it, and that's the one other card that we can't draw, so we failed. Basically anything that's left in there. Ragnaros, TBK, Fire Elemental, Cairn, Earth Elemental, Injured Blade Master is an okay draw now. Mana Tide Totem is not even the worst, since we could draw even deeper. We just don't want to draw Ancestral Spirit, which is what we drew. That was the one bad card left in our deck.
Tazdingo!
The only thing that we definitely didn't want to draw. Okay, so that means that anything we draw now is fine. Yeah. Sure, I'll take a Fire Element. I'll only give it one Ancestral Spirit because he still has one Keeper left. He's already spent both Innervates, so he can't do a double combo. He does have both Wraths left. Oh, sorry, both Savage Roars left, though. We don't have any Faceless left, so we're not going to get extra value out of this Ancestral Spirit. We can Ancestral Healing the Fire Elemental if we want to. Not sure if that's where we want our Ancestral Healing to land now or not. Interesting. Why would he do that? He doesn't have the reach to finish me. Seems like he didn't have the Keeper, so I'm going to put the Ancestral Spirit down on the Earth Elemental. Either way, I have a Spirited.
I can see.
Hey! We did it! We made it! We get to find out what the Legend rank is. Anybody have a guess at what Legend rank we're gonna get? I know, it took way too long, Ring. I'm guessing 300 and something. We'll see. 200! Alright. Hey! That's not bad. That's top 200. That's leaderboard level. That was a pretty good guess, Ring. 213. Alright. Well, we made it in the first 2 games. I say we just keep going. See how high we can climb. The best Legend rank I ever got back in Classic was top 50, I think. Now the nice part is that we actually get to see what rank our opponents are too, right? Kind of missed that aspect of the old ladder system. I had been racing Hearthstone
Thrall versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
Logic.
Doomhammer.
I think I've heard of Logic, right? He is ranked 40. Alright. This is presumably a tough matchup. I don't want to get this Keepered away right away. That's a bit heavy. These are the ones that you want to get first. If you're going to play Hearthstone, you might as well try hard, right? much just accept every friend. Now that they let you have as many friends as you want, or at least a lot more than they used to, I pretty much accept friends from everyone. It used to be, I think there was like a cap of 100, and I had to be a little bit more judicious about who I would friend. I faced Crusher a few days ago, and then I faced him again last night, and he beat me that time. I had beaten him the first time. Okay, I should probably concentrate on the game I'm playing. Coining out this engine doesn't do much for me because of the cards in my hand and a curve, so I think I just build another totem. We're off to a slow start, but so is he, so maybe that's fine. Now we'll play the Shield Master.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
No Mission Hunter. Okay. I think I'm actually going to attack the No Mission Hunter just to get the heal off of my healing totem. But yeah, wow, my hand is mostly dead here. Anyone know what Logic is playing? I feel like this is a strange list already. Ah, man. My hand is so dead, I think I have to go for the Black Knight play, even though there should be other taunts to target against a druid. I'm not aware of No Mission Venture being a thing. That's a strange tech card, in my opinion. Could also Ancestral Healing that, but I think getting the one heal off the healing totem will be enough for that guy. I can coin out Ragnaros next turn. I haven't tested him for BGH yet, though. He could be playing something like Miracle Druid, or I don't know. Do people ever actually play that? Like, vaguely remember it being a meme deck back in the day. Ragnaros doesn't really line up well against that Harvest Golem, but there's really nothing else to do in my hand, so I think I have to take that play. I guess I'm hoping it goes face, sorta. Not really. It's fine either way. There's a decent chance he has BGH, though, with him playing as slowly as he is. Double swipe? Okay. I'm alright with him having to burn 2 swipes to take out Ragnaros. Mana Tide Totem's good. It would be nice to have something a bit more proactive to do right now. Did manage to kill that Mana Tide. Do not have a good target for that Ancestral Spirit yet. I think I want spell power so that I can use the lightning bolt without the wild pyro. But if I do need the wild pyro, that'll be 3, 5. Yeah, I would still have enough mana to play both the wild pyro and the Senjin this turn. So spell power, please. Got it. I think this Senjin is worth Ancestral Spirit. And I still have enough small spells in my hand that I kind of want to hold that wild pyro back in case I need a wild pyro clear. Well, I'm definitely earth shocking that, right? I'm trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my turn. I could Earth Elemental Ancestral Spirit. He hasn't played a keeper. He has one keeper back and probably BGH. I could Earth Shock and go for the Wild Pyro Clear.
What to do?
I think I like that slightly better. There's time to play the Earth Elemental later.
There's little time.
Do you like to play with fire?
We can still play the Earth Elemental Ancestral Spirit next turn, but maybe this draws out a keeper on the Wild Pyro or something. Or he gets bored and plays a BGH, I don't know.
Where shall I strike?
Safeguard.
Got the keeper, so that was definitely worth it. I don't think our hand is right to try that again. I suppose if we high rolled on the keeper, we'd get a clear, and we could drop the Mana Tide Totem.
I wonder.
I suppose that's a viable option. He won't have a... He's used both Wraths and both Keepers of the Grove. He's going to have a really hard time getting to that Mana Tide Totem.
I wonder.
I think I'm going to go for it. I would have liked to have...
There's little time.
If he has the other Druid of the Claw, he has a way to get to it.
Where shall I strike?
Yeah, that's the Druid of the Claw. Maybe now is when we stop messing around. Combo would be a pain right now. We're out of AoE actually. I suppose that's bad. I don't usually think of that as being an important constraint whenever you're playing against a non-token druid. But he's a bit wide now, so it would have been nice to have Lightning Storm. I may have been a bit liberal with using that second Lightning Storm like that.
I've got the beast in
Did
my
find a
sight.
package. Good. I hope he passes. Could end up dumping our hand next turn, depending on what he does. Savage Roar. Show some damage. Probably sitting on combo then. Which means I can't afford to just go Fire Elemental. Because I'd be in combo range.
We hunger for vengeance.
It's only the first force of nature. I guess I'm gonna have a hard time taunting and clearing his board here. Could be in trouble. Oof. I am deeply in trouble. I'm gonna need a taunt
More souls!
totem possibly. Even a taunt totem doesn't save me.
I wonder.
Hexing that guy doesn't save me either. I think I've lost, unfortunately. That's game. These two things are combo. Ooh, no, it's an Ancient of War. Oh man, we're still in this. We have Hex Faceless.
Engaging TC-130 until dislocation.
Oh man, that could have been very bad. I think we're in good shape now that he missed on that mind control attack.
Well played.
Time waits for no one.
A natural mistake.
That seems like a pretty good one to me. It's almost out of cards.
I concede.
Hey, we beat the top 40 legend. We're up to 190.
Thrall versus
Alpha
Vanilla.
3-3. Alright.
Watch your back.
For Doomhammer.
Blood Mage Thanos is actually good for trying to deal with the conceal play, so I'm going to keep that, and I'll keep Ancestral Healing for early tempo.
Greetings, friend.
The pleasure is mine.
Alright, I like that draw. Could get
Well
sapped,
played.
but that's okay. We have Ancestral Spirit that we can drop on it next time. But that has to wait until turn 5. We didn't draw into the Lightning Storm to deal with the conceal play that's about to happen.
I got the best deals anywhere.
I think I'm just going to Ancestral Spirit it in case it gets bounced. But if it lives, we're going to want to Ancestral Spirit Faceless it. It's a lot of damage, but we've got something good going here.
Incredible.
We're in combo range for him now, so we need taunt every turn to survive. That's going to be difficult to maintain, especially since we don't have any taunts in our hand right now. Starting at turn 8, we're in combo range.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Pushing some good damage. He has to be worried that we might have lethal, and we do if Ragnaros behaves. Not anymore. It's okay though. Oh boy. Alright.
Your turn to bleed.
4, 8, 12. I'd still be short even if I went face, got a rag hit, and then tried to fire elemental next turn. So
Your turn to
I
bleed.
think I'll make sure he doesn't have the spell power. And hope he doesn't have Leroy Shadow Step already. But he probably does.
Well played.
Nope. Is that sap? Well, she finally found it.
My eyes are open.
That's annoying. To conceal. Well, I can go for the 50-50, and the worst case scenario is I hit the concealed 3-3 that she thought was important enough that it had to be concealed. I'm debating whether I should Blood Mage Thalnos it or save the Blood Mage Thalnos. I think I actually don't play the Blood Mage Thalnos because I still have the Lightning Storm and I might need it to make sure the next rag goes face. Got the spell power. 50-50 win, and if we miss, it's not that bad. Alright, we got it. Alright, we got our win streak going.
The
4 in a row, I
pleasure is
think.
mine.
And we're up to 180.